Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Frosty Pokemans, and welcome to our Week 7 team building episode. And in this week, the Golden State Wartortles are going to be taking on the Cologne Cloysters. For us, this is a division matchup for us, so we need to be able to win this one to stay ahead in the division. And his team, while it looks very monotyping, it can also be very scary. So looking at his team, he's got one of the best megas that was available at the time with Mega Blastoise. He's also got Gengar, Cloyster, Kyurem Regular, Articuno, Machamp, Barbaracle, Kabutops, Charizard, Scolipede, and Slowbro. So this team looks pretty defensive, pretty hyper offensive. It could go pretty much any way, shape, and form that you want to take it. But looking at it, he has very similar weaknesses. He has a lot of grass weakness, a lot of electric weakness, and a lot of rock weakness. So my team that I built already has taken this into account, is going to be taking these into account to be able to get around our opponent here. So looking at his team, who I think he's going to bring this week, I believe, if it were me, I believe he's going to bring Blastoise, Gengar, Cloyster, Machamp, Slowbro, and possibly Scolipede or Charizard. He hasn't brought Charizard yet, but I could see him bringing it this week just to possibly throw me off. He also might bring Kyurem. Kyurem can pack quite a bit of damage if it wants to. Articuno he hasn't brought as well, so these are the only two, Articuno and Charizard are the only two mons he hasn't brought to a battle yet. But taking that into account, we'll go right into the team builder. And the team I decided to bring this week was Gyarados, Chansey, Mienshao, Luxray, our Mega Houndoom, and Shaman. So going into it, I had to, let me explain the reasons for this. For this, I'm deciding to bring our Gyarados here, which Gyarados is going to be a little bit different than our Gyarados that we usually bring. This one's going to be a defensive Sleep Talk Gyarados. So he's going to have very good defenses. He's got 248 HP, he's got 252, and then 8 in special defense with a defensive nature. He's going to be rocking the Intimidate, so he'll be taking less damage from physical attacks. He also is going to have the leftovers for recovery, so he'll have Sleep and Rest Talk, so that way he'll be able to recover himself up and stay healthy, hopefully. And then for his 2 attacks, he's going to be having Dragon Tail and Waterfall. I understand this is a water team, but Waterfall is stab. It does have that chance to flinch, and it also can still put in a little bit of damage on mons that are mons that do not have a very good defense stat. I mean, as long as I don't hit it on a mon that has Water Absorb, which I don't think any of them have Water Absorb, so I should be okay on that. But the chance to flinch is there. Dragon Tail, just because if it goes off and hits something, it's going to switch in, and if I have Stealth Rocks up, they're going to take rock damage, so that can possibly work out in my favor very well. So usually I have a Moxie Gyarados that I bring, but this time I decided against it because he can resist a lot of the stabs here, but I do have to be aware because Gengar does get Thunderbolt. I did see it in the last video where he faced, I don't remember who the team he faced in week 6. I can't remember who he faced, but he does pack Thunderbolt on that thing, so I have to be careful and get that out of there because I cannot allow Gengar to take out my Gyarados. Next mon, we're going to go back with Dos Equis, our Chansey. Pretty much the same set we had last week, same EV spreads, Toxic, Stealth Rock, Soft Boiled, and Seismic Toss. He does have that Gengar, but I'm not too worried about it because if I get a Toxic off on it and get Rocks, he'll just residually take more damage over time. Next, our star from last week, Ronda Rousey's coming back. This is the exact same build and the exact same item that I had on it last week. Same EV spreads as well. U-turn, Drain Punch, Stone Edge, and Knockoff. They all do good amounts of damage to everything he has. So it's going to put in quite a bit of work. This week it didn't have to change up too horribly much from last week, which is a good thing. Next we're bringing Scar, same thing, except for Hidden Power. And I did make sure that I put Hidden Power fighting on this thing correctly. I did check the IV spreads, so the IVs are right. I went to the lady over in Fort Tree City, I think is what it is, and I did check to make sure that it was Hidden Power fighting. So I do have Hidden Power fighting, so there will be no mishaps from last week. But he is still going to have Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, and this time I'm giving him Roar. With the Choice Scarf, Roar will allow me, if I have Rocks up, to switch out, especially if he gets a Shell Smash off on Cloyster here. I need to be able to get that thing out of here before I take a crap ton of damage from it. So hopefully Choice Scarf will, I don't believe it allows me to outspeed, but if I roar it out, his setup is now going, and I don't have to worry about it after that. So same IV spread, same nature. same EV spreads as last week, so I believe he's going to put in a good amount of work. This week we're also bringing Scooby Doom. Now Scooby Doom is pretty much going to be our halfway win condition for this, because he's gonna be rocking things that is pretty much going to counter everybody, and I need to make sure that I can take out everything. So he's going to have Sucker Punch. I decided to use Sucker Punch because if he brings Gengar, Gengar naturally outspeeds me. There's nothing I can do about it. So I decided to use Sucker Punch, so that way a Sucker Punch will one-shot it, especially with the EV spread that I've taken it. So a Sucker Punch will one-shot it. If it's sashed, I should survive, and he's probably not going to want to eat another Sucker Punch after that, which means I can either switch out, go to something else, or do whatever I have to do. He's also going to hit Overheat. Overheat is only for if I need to pull off a one-hit KO. That is it. I understand Flamethrower would probably be better under the circumstances, but Overheat packs a lot of damage. And yes, the attack drop the special attack drop is killer, but it's not that big. It shouldn't be that big. Next, I'm going to be rocking Hidden Power Electric. I did make sure that the electric, it was HP'd right after last week. So anything at HP now, I now take to Fortree City and get it checked to make sure. So it does have Hidden Power Electric, so it will be hitting a lot of the Mons on his team very, very hard, and all of that. And then I have Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp I want to try to get off on everybody, but I need to be careful because he does have that Machamp. That Machamp does have guts, and that could prove to be fatal for me in the end if I'm not careful about that. So I need to be able to I need to know which ability he has. If I see him go for Dynamic Punch, I know he'll be a no guard Machamp, which means I'll be able to Will-O-Wisp it and I'll be fine. But if he does not use Dynamic Punch, then I need to be careful because he could be rocking guts, and if I Will-O-Wisp it, I'm just gonna start getting one-shotted all over the board, and I can't afford that. So I do need to take him out before that happens. Probably just end up going for Overheats and taking him out because I believe Overheat one-shots it. So another reason why I took Overheat. So he's gonna be having 4 and 8. EV spreads is 4 in HP, 252 attack, 252 speed with a speed nature, and he's got a hasty nature. So I will not take a direct hit from anything, especially a punch or a dynamic punch from this thing. This thing will pretty much eat me alive with dynamic punch. But if I can get a safe switch in, go for the overheat, connect with the overheat, I will pretty much one-shot it at that point. So I don't need to worry about that. And then lastly, we're bringing our MVP, a little bit different from last week as well. Why is it like that? It's not at spreads. I see. Hold on one second. I don't know why this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's a little bit different. It's speed nature, timid nature. It's also special attacking as well, but I gave it leftovers. I gave it leech seed, substitute, Giga Drain, and psychic. Psychic does hit. I'm hoping to get psychic for the Machamp here, so that way the psychic will just one-shot it. But I need to be able to get behind the substitute first, so that's going to help leech seeds just to leech it off and restore HP. Also giving him leftovers as well for just HP recovery. He's pretty much going to be kind of the hit hard Stallmon that just can do things. So I do need to be able to bring him in on Slowbro and get behind a substitute and Giga Drain it out before things become a problem. Probably even get a leech seed and then Giga Drains, so that way he'll just be forced to slack off the entire time. But I'm about to I'm going to get going. I know this is a very, very short video. It's not very long today. But I needed to get it done because I just actually got a message from the coach, OldAccountNotUseable, and he says he's ready to go. So we are going to go and do our battle right now. And in the next little video after this, I will have our post-battle recap, letting everybody know exactly what happened with our battle this week. So, as again, we have our Gyarados, our Chansey, Meowshell, Luxray, Mega Houndoom, and Shaman. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Hey guys, we're back, and this week is just really kind of it for me right now. We just had our battle, and the Wartortles took their first loss for the season. It was a 3-0 victory for the Cloysters. I do know exactly what happened in the battle and what happened that made me lose it. I did take some chances. One, not bringing Skarmory this week. I decided to try a defensive Gyarados, and he lasted 2 turns and was taken out by Icicle Spear. So he was pretty much useless. And Mean Xiao did good, did the best she could, but she took a dynamic punch and got one-shotted by Machamp from there. So I should have figured, I should have swapped out, but I had nothing to take the hit. The Gyarados wasn't there anymore. So with that, Chansey got in, and I automatically know when you guys watch the video, if you guys watch the video, I'll post my battle code down there from my end. I already know the misplays that happened in this match and what I did wrong. First thing was I led with Chansey. I should never have led with Chansey. I knew it to begin with, and I still led with it, trying to get my rocks up. I should have figured he had a rapid spinner. I should have waited till the rapid spinner was gone, then put the rocks up at the end. Or I shouldn't have even gone for rocks this week. I should have just put a different move on it entirely, tried to slow it down. Thunder Wave would have worked great. I could have gone opening Thunder Wave, and then I could have slowed down a Cloyster. But so Chansey, she got rocked. Took an Endeavor from the Scolipede, and that dropped me real low. So I just played like crap this week. I really did. There's no excuse for it. I rushed. I played like shit, and I'm not going to sit here and make excuses for what I did. I played absolutely like crap, and because of that, I lost, and I am not happy about it. Me as a person, I'm a very competitive person. I like to win, especially in doing everything I've done. I've wanted to win. I wanted to have that Week 9 matchup of the two undefeated teams. We're still going to have a great matchup because it's just how it is. This just proves that even the best teams can have an off week. It does happen. I mean, like I said, the Cologne's team is great. I mean, look at their mons. I mean, like I said, a lot of monotyping, but they still have a lot of great powerhouses. And I knew that was going to happen if I took them too lightly. And I did take them lightly to a point, but I was also prepared for them. But it just didn't work out in my favor. I'll tell you the two biggest misplays. They were the opening of Chansey. I should not have opened with Chansey. I knew he was going to lead with Cloyster. I should have led with Houndoom. Houndoom from there could have overheated. I would have broke the sash, and then from there I could have sucker punched and taken out the Cloyster by turn 2. It didn't happen as long as Overheat connects. If Overheat connected, I would have taken him out. So it didn't work. I mean, Houndoom did great this game. He picked up 2 kills, so I'm extremely ecstatic about how Houndoom performed, and it gives me a lot of good things going into other matches, with bringing him more comfortably. So the second misplay, the second biggest one, which could have costed me the match, could have also costed me the match. There's a point where it is 4v1, and it is Shaman versus Machamp. Machamp's got about maybe 35%. And I got up behind a sub because he's just switched into Machamp. I got behind a sub. And what I should have done is I should have Psychicked Machamp. That would have taken it out. He would have brought in Gengar. I could have Leech Seeded Gengar. And then from there, he would have drained health. And through leftovers and the Leech Seed, I could have drained him down. If you die due to Leech Seed, that doesn't count as a Pokemon taking you out, so you technically don't get taken out by Destiny Bond. He did have Destiny Bond. It was up. There were some switches there. I was able to get a Will-O-Wisp off on Slowbro, and I should have gone into Shaman at that point to preserve the Houndoom, but I didn't. I went for a Hidden Power Electric. I got outsped. I got hit with a Skull. I got taken out. But from there, after taking out Gengar, it would have been just Scolipede, which didn't have much left, and Slowbro, which was burned. From there, if he'd gone into Slowbro, I would have had Shaman, possibly behind a sub, possibly not behind a sub. If he had not gone for Destiny Bond, I could have taken him out with a Psychic straight off. Psychic did about 95%. What I could have done was probably, if he had full health, I would have, and been behind a sub, I would have, I still would have lost anyways. He outspeeds. But what I should have actually done is I should have Scarfed Shaman. I should have probably Scarfed even Mean Xiao, and made sure that I can get out. I should have instead of sitting there and drain punching, I should have U-turned into chip damage, and I should have brought Skarmory. That's another thing I should have done as this week went on, as the match went on. I realized I should have brought Skarmory because Skarmory would have eaten icicle spears by 30%. It would have taken 3 shots to take him out, and as it is, I would have survived it. I could have roosted back up. I could have done a lot of stuff and resisted a lot of things, but I would have outsped. Oh no, I wouldn't have outsped, but I would have actually roosted back up. I could have got a toxic off on it and then just sat there and played the roost game until the toxic takes out the Cloyster. But I should have brought Skarmory this week, and that's another misplay I did make before that. I knew going into this I was trying something new, trying to get outside the box of just relying on Skarmory, and this week it costed me. It costed me pretty bad. Chansey, like I said, did a great job. There's nothing I could really do about it. It went in and did the things that it could. Shaman put a hell of an effort in. Houndoom did great. Luxray, I had nothing to switch in on the icicle spears, and I should have brought Skarmory. If I had brought Skarmory, I could have switched it in, and then from there I could have roosted back up, and then I could have hit it for some damage or toxic, and then switched out, and then done some stuff or done something at least. But the Cloyster was a problem, but the Gengar was also a big problem as well, and I didn't prepare enough, and because of that we lost. So I am sad that I did take my first loss this week, but from there I think it's a good thing. I think there's a lot of pressure that gets built up with being undefeated, and I think it's a good thing to take a loss in one of these weeks to show that we are defeatable. And just because we're undefeated doesn't mean we can't be beaten or we can't have an off week. So I'm going to come back next week. I'm going to do a lot more building and a lot more things with this team, and I am going to get into it a lot more. And I believe next week we're playing. I have to check here. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Let me check the schedule because I don't remember who we're playing next week. Schedule. There it is. So, this next schedule, I will be playing Chicago. So, I know Chicago's got a deathly team, and I'm going to prepare my heart out for it because I do not want to lose again. And I will definitely be glad to have a rematch against the Cloysters at the end of a little bit later down the line. And I want them to know that I'm gonna bring a lot more this time around. The next time around, hopefully I will not have this bad week where I just played like absolute crap. But thank you guys for joining in. If you guys liked, please like, comment, subscribe. Again, I am sorry that we took this loss this week, but I hope you guys stay with us, keep supporting us, hit that thumbs up button, give us a like down there to help us out, and I will see you guys all next week with another team building video and hopefully the week 5 and 6 recaps as well. So I will see you guys next video. Later.